A great feature that was added to the firmware 4.0 update for the Fujifilm X-T3 camera is the autofocus range limiter. So what is it? How do you set it? And why would you want to use it in the first place? That's the subject of today's Fast Friday. Hi everyone, welcome to Pal to Tech. Remember that autofocus is never foolproof or perfect. Because you want autofocus to be as fast as possible, you don't want your camera or your lens constantly focus hunting or losing focus altogether when you're trying to get your shots. By using the autofocus range limiter, you can restrict the range of distance that the camera will autofocus within. This will reduce focus hunting and speed up your Fujifilm's autofocus. Keep in mind that you generally want to use autofocus range limiter if you know that your subject will be consistently within a set range of distance in your scene. For example, say you're in a fixed position shooting a sport like volleyball, or you're shooting birds, and they're kind of at a fixed distance going across, but there's a lot of things going on in your frame. That may be a good time to use the autofocus range limiter. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that Face Eye Auto Detect is turned off. If you don't do this, you will see that the menu option for the autofocus range limiter is going to be grayed out. You see that right there? It's grayed out. So what you need to do is in the AF/MF section of your menu, go to Face Eye Auto Detect setting, turn that off. Now, if you go back to it, there it is. Now, because you will be turning the focus ring on your lens, I do recommend setting your MF Assist to be in an easy to view mode. MF Assist right here, and choose one of these options. If you happen to see them grayed out, that's because your autofocus mode right here is not set to manual. Either way, choose something. I like red high. So I have the camera set to autofocus mode C, and I have it set to single point. Okay, so let's go into how it works. So in the AF range limiter section, you have three choices here. There's a preset 1 and a preset 2, and you can't change those. Those are just presets that you can choose, okay? I'm going to ignore those, but after today's video, know that you have both of those options as well. I almost never use them. I use the custom one. That's the first one right here. Go into custom. Now, if you just click OK, now you've just selected it, okay? That's not gonna work. So go into custom, and then you wanna choose set. This can be a little confusing. At least I found it confusing. Okay, now, what you have to do is you set your A point and your B point. And between those 2 points is where your camera is going to do the autofocusing. It's not going to care about anything else outside of that range. So what I do is I aim the point at the subject that's closest to me, and I turn the focus ring until it's in focus. And right now, because I had the focus assist on, you know, the red peak highlights, I can see it clearly. There it is. Okay, now that I have it in focus, I'm gonna press the menu OK button on the back of the camera. Boom! Now, the only thing else I do is I point my camera at the object further away in that range, and I focus again. So I'm setting the focus, and you see how the B is turning? Look at how the B is moving. You see that? Have a look at that. There it is. Now, I'm not pressing the OK button again. No. What you press now, after you've turned the lens the second time, is you press the DISP back button to set it. Boom. Okay, so again, you go into custom, and then you get the AB menu. The first thing you do is you focus in on the nearest subject and you press OK. Then you focus in on the farthest subject and you press the back button to set the B point. And as you can see, custom right here is 0.7 to 1.0 meters. If I aim it here, okay, I've got it in AFC. Let's see here. Look at that. Look at that. Now, if I turn the camera and I accidentally go here, nothing happens. Still in focus. Look at that. Check that out. You see that? As long as my subject stays between the A and the B points, I'm fine. This gets even better when you have longer focal length lenses. Check this out. I'm gonna try the 50 to 140. Boom, look how fast that is. Boom, boom, boom. But if I accidentally go here and try and focus, it won't do it. It'll keep the guy still in focus. You see that? Okay, let me turn off autofocus range limiter and show you the difference. Okay, here we go. Boom, Whoops, boom, boom, whoop, wait, boom, there. It's just, it's a little bit harder. You see that? Because there we go. See? See, it takes a little bit longer because it's got more range that it needs to go through. It works in both movie mode and in stills mode. And here's a bonus. You can use third-party lenses with the autofocus range limiter. For example, this Viltrox lens right here, it must have contact points, you see right here, that basically allow the lens to talk to the camera to use the autofocus feature, which the Viltrox lenses do. Okay, so now I have the Viltrox 56mm on here. Let's try it out. Closest point, there we go, right there. Great. Okay, so I press menu OK. Now I move the camera up to my farthest point, turn the focus ring until we're in focus, and then I press the DISP back button. Okay, let's try it out. Boom, boom. And see, it's not focusing in on the background. One final thing I want you to remember, and this is probably the most important tip I can give you. Don't forget to disable autofocus range limiter when you're done, okay? Because it's way too easy to forget, right? Go out on a shoot, you have the range limiter on, you forget, and then you put on a different lens perhaps, and you go to shoot, like right here, and it's not focusing. My autofocus is not working. There's no icon. There's nothing on the menu that says that you have the range limiter enabled. And I think that's something that should be added in a firmware update, because that can really trip people up into thinking that their lens is not focusing. So if you're in a situation where your lens doesn't seem to be focusing, your first stop should be in the AF/MF area. Go into here and make sure that is turned off. Well, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, be sure to give it the like and subscribe. If you haven't yet downloaded this firmware update for the Fujifilm X-T3 camera, what are you waiting for? Go download it, it's awesome. And have a great weekend. I'll see you in another video next week. Take care.